The Fourth Great Ninja War was finally over. For the first time in many years, the world was silent. No explosions, no screams, no endless battles between shinobi. The five great nations had survived the impossible. And at the center of it all stood one ninja. Naruto Uzumaki. The boy who was once hated by his own village had become the hero of the entire world. But tonight, Naruto was not thinking about war. He was not thinking about enemies. And he was not thinking about becoming stronger. Tonight, Naruto stood alone on top of the Hokage monument, staring at the orange sunset covering the Hidden Leaf village. The warm wind moved gently through his blonde hair. Below him, the village was alive with excitement. People were decorating streets. Children were running around carrying flowers. Even the ninja were smiling for once. Because tomorrow would become one of the most important days in Leaf Village history. Tomorrow? Naruto Uzumaki would marry Hinata Hyuga. Naruto slowly smiled to himself. Even after everything he had experienced, it still felt unreal. He remembered the lonely nights from his childhood, the empty apartment, the cold stares, the whispers behind his back. Back then, Naruto believed nobody truly cared about him. But there had always been one person watching him. One person who never gave up on him. Hinata. Naruto closed his eyes. He remembered her small smile, her shy voice, and the way she stood before pain to protect him, even when she knew she could die. That moment had changed everything. Naruto opened his eyes again and looked toward the Hyuga clan district. A small light glowed from one of the windows. Hinata was probably awake. She was likely nervous about tomorrow. Naruto scratched the back of his head and laughed softly. Naruto. Hey, honestly, I'm nervous too. Suddenly, footsteps approached from behind. Naruto turned around. Kakashi Hatake stood there with his usual lazy smile. Naruto grinned. Naruto. Kakashi-sensei, what are you doing here? Kakashi walked beside Naruto and looked down at the village. Kakashi. The entire village is preparing for your wedding, and the groom disappears. Naruto laughed. Naruto. I just wanted some fresh air. Kakashi studied Naruto carefully. Even now he still saw flashes of the loud, reckless boy from Team 7. But Naruto had changed. The war had matured him. His eyes carried experience, pain, responsibility. And yet somehow, Naruto still smiled. Kakashi, you've come a long way. Naruto looked confused. Naruto. Huh? Kakashi? When I first met you, you were painting graffiti on the Hokage faces. Naruto immediately laughed loudly. Naruto. Hey, I was expressing myself. Kakashi chuckled. Kakashi? And tomorrow, that same troublemaker is getting married. Naruto's smile slowly became softer. Naruto. Yeah. For a moment, both of them remained silent. The sunset slowly faded into evening. Then Kakashi spoke again. Kakashi. You know, your parents would be proud of you. Naruto froze. The mention of Minato and Kushina always touched something deep inside him. He looked down quietly. Naruto. I wish they could have seen this. Kakashi placed a hand on Naruto's shoulder. Kakashi. They can. Naruto looked surprised. Kakashi continued. Kakashi. Maybe not the way we want. But your father believed in you from the beginning. And your mother? She loved you more than anything. Naruto smiled sadly. Kakashi. You protected this world. You protected your friends. And tomorrow, you start a family of your own. Naruto looked toward the sky. The first stars were appearing. Naruto. I'm scared sometimes. Kakashi raised an eyebrow. Naruto rarely admitted fear. Naruto. What if I'm not good enough? Kakashi? For marriage? Naruto nodded. Naruto. I spent my whole life alone. I don't even know what a real family is supposed to look like. Kakashi smiled gently. Kakashi. That's exactly why you'll protect yours with everything you have. Naruto stared at him silently. Kakashi? A perfect family doesn't exist, Naruto. But people who truly care for each other, that's enough. Naruto slowly smiled again. Naruto. Thanks, Kakashi-sensei. Kakashi turned around and began walking away. Kakashi. Don't stay out too late. Tomorrow is a big day. Naruto laughed. Naruto. Right. As Kakashi disappeared, Naruto remained standing on the monument. The village lights sparkled below him. For the first time in his life, Naruto felt complete. But far away from the hidden leaf village. Deep inside a dark abandoned temple hidden within ancient mountains. A pair of glowing blue eyes suddenly opened. A cold voice echoed through the darkness. Unknown voice. So, the child of prophecy chooses love. Massive stone pillars surrounded the mysterious figure. Ancient symbols glowed across the walls. The air itself felt heavy. Another figure knelt nearby. Masked warrior. Lord Raizen, shall we begin the attack? The mysterious man slowly stood. His long white hair moved like silver flames. And in the center of his forehead, a strange eye opened. Not a Sharingan. Not a Byakugan. Something far older. Raizen. No, the masked warrior looked confused. Raizen walked toward the temple entrance. Beyond the mountains, the moon shined brightly in the night sky. Raizen. Let Naruto Uzumaki enjoy his happiness. A cruel smile appeared on his face. Raizen. Because soon, I will take everything from him. Back in the Hidden Leaf Village. Hinata Hyuga sat quietly beside her bedroom window. Moonlight illuminated her pale lavender eyes. Her wedding dress rested carefully nearby. Hanabi stood behind her with crossed arms. Hanabi, you've been staring outside for an hour. Hinata blushed slightly. Hinata is sorry. Hanabi sighed dramatically. Hanabi, you're really nervous, aren't you? Hinata looked down at her hands. Hinata. A little. Hanabi walked beside her sister. Hanabi, you've loved Naruto since we were kids. Why be nervous now? Hinata smiled softly. Hinata. Because tomorrow changes everything. Hanabi looked at her carefully. Hinata rarely spoke so openly. Hinata. For so many years, I admired him from far away. Her voice became quieter. Hinata. But tomorrow, I'll stand beside him. Hanabi smirked. Hanabi. And you're worried he'll do something embarrassing at the ceremony? Hinata immediately covered her mouth, trying not to laugh. Hinata. And no. Hanabi grinned. Hanabi. He probably will. Both sisters laughed softly. Then the room became quiet again. Hinata looked toward the moon. Hinata. I just want him to be happy. Hanabi's expression softened. Everyone in the village knew Naruto's painful childhood, but Hinata understood it more deeply than anyone. Hanabi. You already make him happy. Hinata looked surprised. Hanabi continued. Hanabi. When Naruto looks at you, he looks peaceful. Hinata's cheeks turned red. Before she could answer, a knock sounded at the door. Hiyashi Hyuga entered the room. The former clan leader stood silently for a moment. Then he looked at Hinata. Hiyashi. The preparations are complete. Hinata nodded respectfully. Hinata. Yes, father. Hiyashi looked toward the wedding dress. For years he had been too harsh. Too cold. But the war changed many things. And Naruto had changed his daughter. No, Naruto had helped Hinata become who she truly wanted to be. Hiyashi. Hinata. She looked up. Hiyashi. You chose well. Hinata's eyes widened slightly. Coming from her father, those words meant everything. Tears almost formed in her eyes. Hinata. Thank you. Hiyashi turned toward the window. Hiyashi. Naruto Uzumaki carries a heavy burden. His voice became serious. Hiyashi. The world sees him as a hero. The village sees him as its future Hokage. But heroes are still human. Hinata listened carefully. Hiyashi. Stand beside him when the burden becomes too heavy. Hinata smiled with complete confidence. Hinata. I will. Hiyashi nodded once. Then he quietly left the room. After the door closed, Hanabi looked shocked. Hanabi. Wow, Father actually gave emotional advice. Hinata laughed softly. The night slowly continued. Across the Hidden Leaf Village, celebrations filled the streets. Choji and Kiba argued over food portions. Rock Lee challenged random villagers to races. Sakura helped organize decorations while yelling at Sai for hanging banners upside down. Even Sasuke Uchiha silently watched the village from a rooftop. For once, peace truly existed. And in the center of that peace stood Naruto and Hinata. Two people who had suffered loneliness in different ways. Two people who had fought through pain and war. And now, they were finally about to begin a new life together. But destiny was already moving in the shadows, far beyond the village walls. Raizen stood before a massive ancient statue hidden deep underground. Chains covered the statue. Dark chakra leaked from cracks in the stone. Raizen slowly raised his hand. Raizen. The era of Naruto Uzumaki is ending. The statue's eyes suddenly glowed red. The ground began shaking violently, and somewhere far away, Kurama suddenly opened his eyes inside Naruto's mind. The nine-tailed fox growled deeply. Kurama. Naruto. Naruto, still standing on the Hokage monument, blinked in surprise. Naruto. Huh? Kurama? Kurama's massive eyes narrowed. Kurama. Something evil is coming. Naruto's expression immediately changed. The peaceful atmosphere vanished. Naruto. What do you mean? Kurama remained silent for several seconds. Then he spoke slowly. Kurama. I felt a chakra I haven't sensed for centuries. Naruto frowned. Naruto. And Otsutsuki? Kurama. No. The fox's voice became darker. Kurama. Something worse. Naruto looked toward the distant mountains. The wind suddenly became colder, and high above the village, dark clouds slowly covered the moon. Narrator. Tomorrow was supposed to become the happiest day of Naruto's life, but destiny had already begun preparing its next battle, and before Naruto could truly enjoy peace, the shadows of a forgotten enemy were already moving toward the Hidden Leaf Village. Narrator. Morning finally arrived in the Hidden Leaf Village. Golden sunlight spread across the streets. The entire village was already awake. Shop owners decorated their buildings with colorful banners. Children ran through the streets carrying flowers. Music echoed from the center of the village. And everywhere people looked, they smiled. Because today was not just a wedding. Today was the celebration of the hero who had saved the ninja world. Naruto Uzumaki. Inside a small room near the ceremony hall, Naruto stood in front of a mirror, and he looked completely terrified. Naruto. Why does this outfit feel so tight? Shikamaru sighed while adjusting Naruto's formal robe. Shikamaru. It's called dressing properly for once. Naruto scratched his head nervously. Sai smiled calmly nearby. Sai? You look presentable. Naruto narrowed his eyes suspiciously. Naruto. That somehow sounds insulting. Before Sai could answer, the door suddenly slammed open. Kiba rushed inside dramatically. Kiba. Naruto. We have a problem. Naruto jumped. Naruto. What? Kiba pointed outside. Kiba. Choji found the wedding food early. Naruto blinked. Naruto. And? Kiba. He already ate enough for 20 people. Naruto. What? Far outside the room, Choji sat beside dozens of empty plates. Choji. I was testing the flavor quality. Shikamaru covered his face. Shikamaru. This day is already troublesome. Meanwhile, inside the Hyuga clan residence, Hinata sat quietly while Sakura adjusted her wedding outfit. The soft white fabric flowed beautifully around her. Her lavender eyes reflected both excitement and nervousness. Ino smiled warmly. Ino. Hinata, you look incredible. Hinata blushed deeply. Hinata. Thank you. Sakura stepped back and admired her work. Sakura. Naruto is going to faint when he sees you. Hinata immediately turned red. Hinata. Sakura. The girls laughed softly. Tenten leaned against the wall with crossed arms. Tenten. You deserve this happiness, Hinata. Hinata smiled gently. For so many years, she had watched Naruto from a distance. Now everything felt like a dream. But suddenly, Hinata froze. A strange chill moved through her body. Her Byakugan activated slightly on instinct. The room blurred for a moment, and deep within the distant mountains, she saw darkness. Massive amounts of dark chakra. Cold. Ancient. Terrifying. Hinata gasped softly. Sakura immediately noticed. Sakura? Hinata? What's wrong? Hinata quickly forced a smile. Hinata? Nothing. I just got nervous. But inside, her heart was beating faster, because whatever she sensed, it did not feel human. At the same time, Naruto stood alone outside the ceremony hall. The wind moved softly through the trees, but Naruto's expression had become serious. Kurama's warning from the night before still echoed inside his mind. Naruto. Kurama. Can you still feel it? Inside Naruto's subconscious, the giant nine-tailed fox remained alert. Kurama. Yes. Naruto. Where is it coming from? Kurama growled deeply. Kurama. I can't tell yet, but that chakra is ancient. Naruto frowned. Kurama. It feels similar to the Sage of Six Paths, but twisted. Naruto's eyes widened slightly. That was not something Kurama would say lightly. Naruto. Should we warn everyone? Kurama remained silent for a moment. Kurama. No. Naruto looked surprised. Kurama. Not today. The fox's voice became quieter. Kurama. You deserve at least one peaceful day. Naruto smiled slightly. Naruto. Hey, thanks, partner. Suddenly, footsteps approached. Naruto turned around. Iruka stood there. The moment Naruto saw him, his serious expression disappeared. Naruto. Iruka-sensei. Iruka smiled warmly. Iruka, you're getting married today. Naruto laughed nervously. Naruto. Yeah, crazy, right? Iruka stared at Naruto quietly. His eyes reflected years of memories. The lonely child sitting alone on the swing. The troublemaker covered in paint. The boy who wanted everyone to acknowledge him. And now? That same boy had become the greatest hero in ninja history. Iruka. Your parents would be proud. Naruto smiled softly. Iruka continued. Iruka. And I'm proud too. Naruto froze. For a second, he looked like the small child he once was. Naruto. Iruka-sensei. Iruka reached into his pocket and pulled out a small box. Naruto blinked. Iruka. I wanted to give you this before the ceremony. Naruto carefully opened the box. Inside rested an old Leaf Village forehead protector. Naruto looked confused. Iruka smiled. Iruka. This was the first headband I ever wore as a genin. Naruto's eyes widened. Iruka. A shinobi's path is difficult, but no matter how strong you become, never forget where you started. Naruto stared at the headband silently. Then tears slowly formed in his eyes. Naruto. Thank you. Iruka placed a hand on Naruto's shoulder. Iruka. You're not alone anymore, Naruto. Naruto smiled. And for the first time in years, he truly believed it. Hours later, the wedding ceremony finally began. Hundreds of villagers gathered near the large ceremonial garden. Flowers covered every path. Bright lanterns swayed gently in the breeze. Even the 5 Kage had arrived to celebrate. Gaara stood quietly with a small smile. Killer Bee loudly rapped near the food tables until Tsunade threatened him. The atmosphere was filled with laughter. Excitement, hope. Naruto stood at the front of the ceremony area. And for once in his life, the future did not scare him. Then the music began. Everyone turned toward the entrance. And Hinata appeared. Naruto's eyes widened completely. The entire crowd became silent. Hinata walked slowly forward. Her white dress moved gently with the wind. The sunlight made her almost glow. And when her lavender eyes met Naruto's blue eyes, everything else disappeared. Naruto forgot the crowd, the village, the war, even the fear of the unknown. All he saw was Hinata. Hinata smiled nervously. Naruto looked absolutely speechless. Kiba leaned toward Shino. Kiba. He stopped breathing. Shino. That appears accurate. Sakura smirked proudly. Sakura. Told you. Hinata finally reached Naruto. For several seconds, neither of them spoke. Naruto rubbed the back of his head awkwardly. Naruto, you look amazing. Hinata blushed deeply. Hinata. Thank you. The ceremony officially began. As the priest spoke, Naruto listened carefully, but his eyes never left Hinata. Because after a lifetime of loneliness, someone was finally standing beside him. Not because they had to, but because they chose to. Then came the vows. The priest looked toward Naruto. Priest. Naruto Uzumaki. Do you promise to protect and stand beside Hinata Hyuga for the rest of your life? Naruto smiled without hesitation. Naruto. I do. The priest turned toward Hinata. Priest. Hinata Hyuga. Do you promise to love and support Naruto Uzumaki through all hardships and happiness? Hinata looked directly into Naruto's eyes. And for the first time in her life, her voice did not shake. Hinata. I do. The villagers smiled warmly. Some even wiped away tears. But at that exact moment, far beyond the hidden leaf village, Raizen suddenly opened his strange third eye. Dark chakra exploded around the ancient temple. The ground cracked violently. Masked warriors knelt before him. Raizen. The bond between them grows stronger. His expression darkened. Raizen. That power cannot be allowed to exist. Back at the ceremony, Naruto suddenly felt sharp pain in his chest. His smile disappeared. Kurama roared inside his mind. Kurama. Naruto. A massive wave of dark chakra suddenly spread across the sky. The sunlight vanished. The wind became violent. Villagers looked upward in fear. Dark clouds covered the entire village. Lightning flashed, and above the ceremony grounds, a giant black portal slowly opened in the sky. Everyone froze. Naruto immediately stepped in front of Hinata. Kakashi activated his Sharingan. Sasuke's Rinnegan appeared instantly. The peaceful wedding atmosphere vanished in seconds. Then, a deep voice echoed across the heavens. Rising. Naruto Uzumaki. The villagers trembled. Even experienced shinobi felt fear from the voice alone. Naruto narrowed his eyes. Naruto. Who are you? The portal expanded. Dark energy poured downward like smoke. Raizen slowly emerged from the darkness, floating high above the village. His glowing third eye stared directly at Naruto. Raizen. I am the end of your piece. To be continued. Narrator. The sky above the hidden leaf village had turned completely dark. Moments ago, the village was filled with celebration, laughter, music, happiness. But now, fear spread through every street, because floating above the wedding ceremony was a man no one recognized. A man whose chakra felt ancient, overwhelming, monstrous. Raizen stared down at Naruto with cold, emotionless eyes. Lightning flashed behind him. The massive black portal continued expanding across the sky. Naruto slowly stepped forward, protectively placing himself between Raizen and Hinata. Naruto. Who are you? Raizen looked down silently. Then his strange third eye slowly opened wider. The pressure instantly increased. Several weaker shinobi dropped to one knee. Even experienced Jonin struggled to breathe. Kurama growled furiously inside Naruto's mind. Kurama. That eye? Naruto narrowed his gaze. Naruto. You know him? Kurama. No. The Nine-Tails voice became darker. Kurama. But I know that power. Meanwhile, Sasuke activated his Rinnegan completely. Dark energy swirled around his sword. Sasuke. This chakra isn't human. Kakashi stepped beside Naruto. Kakashi. Everyone evacuate the civilians. Instantly, the Leaf Shinobi moved into action. Shikamaru organized defenses. Sakura helped move frightened villagers. Sai summoned giant ink birds to escort civilians away. But Raisin didn't move. He simply observed everything calmly, as if none of them mattered. Raisin. So this is the world Hagoromo left behind. Naruto's eyes widened slightly. Naruto. You know the Sage of Six Paths? Raisin's gaze shifted toward him. Raisin. I knew him before your nations even existed. The entire battlefield became silent. Even Sasuke looked shocked. Naruto clenched his fists. Naruto. What do you want? Raisin slowly descended from the sky. His feet touched the ground without making a sound. The dark chakra around him twisted unnaturally. Almost alive. Raisin. I came for the 9 tails. Kurama roared instantly. The ground trembled. Naruto's chakra flared around him. But then, Raisin looked toward Hinata. And for the first time, his expression changed. Raisin? And the Byakugan princess. Hinata froze. Hiashi immediately stepped in front of his daughter. Hiashi. You will not touch her. Raisin barely looked at him. Then, boom, an invisible force exploded outward. Hiashi was launched backward instantly. Several Hyuga clan members crashed into nearby walls. Hinata gasped. Naruto's eyes widened in rage. Naruto. Hey! Golden chakra erupted around his body. The ground shattered beneath his feet. Naruto entered Kurama chakra mode instantly. The villagers stared in shock. Even on his wedding day, the hero of the Hidden Leaf was ready for battle. Naruto pointed directly at Raisin. Naruto. You picked the worst possible day to attack my village. Raisin showed no fear. Raisin. Village? He looked around with disappointment. Raisin. Hagoromo truly ruined this world. Sasuke suddenly appeared beside Raisin. His sword sliced downward with lightning speed. But, clang, Raisin blocked the blade with one hand. Sasuke's eyes widened. Raisin calmly looked toward him. Raisin. The last Uchiha. Before Sasuke could react. Boom! Raisin punched him directly in the stomach. The impact blasted Sasuke across the ceremony grounds. Naruto. Sasuke. Sakura's eyes widened in horror. Sakura. He sent Sasuke flying with one hit? Naruto vanished instantly, appearing directly in front of Raisin. Naruto. Rasengan. A massive Rasengan slammed toward Raisin's chest. But Raisin raised one finger, and the Rasengan stopped, completely frozen in place. Naruto's eyes widened. Naruto. What? Raisin? Too weak. The Rasengan suddenly collapsed. Naruto immediately jumped backward. Kurama growled again. Kurama? Careful, Naruto. Raisin slowly walked forward. Every step cracked the ground beneath him. Raisin. You possess incredible chakra. His third eye glowed brighter. Raisin. But you lack understanding. Suddenly, the air distorted. Raisin disappeared. Naruto's instincts screamed. Too late. Boom! Raisin struck Naruto across the face. The shockwave shattered nearby buildings. Naruto crashed through multiple stone walls before stopping. The villagers gasped. Kiba! He hit Naruto? Rock Lee clenched his fists. Lee. That speed. Even Kakashi looked alarmed. Naruto slowly stood from the rubble. Blood dripped from the corner of his mouth, but he smiled. Naruto. Hey, okay. Golden chakra exploded violently around him. Naruto. Now I'm fired up. Thousands of shadow clones suddenly appeared across the battlefield. The entire village shook from the sheer amount of chakra. Raisin observed silently. Naruto pointed forward. Naruto. Get him. The clone army charged. Rasengans formed everywhere. The villagers watched in amazement. But Raisin simply closed his eyes. Then, a pulse of dark energy exploded outward. Boom! Hundreds of clones vanished instantly. Entire streets shattered. The remaining clones attacked from every direction, but Raizen moved like a phantom. One strike, 10 clones destroyed. Another strike, 50 more vanished. His movements were calm, perfect, terrifying. Sasuke suddenly reappeared above him. Sasuke. Chidori. Lightning exploded downward. Raizen blocked again, but this time, Naruto appeared behind him. Naruto. Got you? Massive Rasengan. Direct hit. The explosion shook the village. Smoke covered the battlefield. Naruto landed beside Sasuke, both breathing heavily. Sasuke. Did it work? The smoke slowly cleared. Raizen stood completely unharmed. Not even a scratch. The entire battlefield fell silent. Naruto stared in disbelief. Naruto. No way. Raizen slowly opened his third eye again. Raizen. You fight well. His voice became colder. Raizen. But you know nothing of true power. Suddenly, black chains erupted from the ground. Naruto barely dodged. Sasuke teleported away instantly. But several chains wrapped around nearby buildings. The structures began decaying instantly, turning to dust. Sakura's eyes widened. Sakura? What kind of jutsu is that? Kurama's voice echoed urgently. Kurama. Naruto, don't let those chains touch you. Naruto jumped backward. Raizen raised one hand toward the sky. The massive portal above the village began expanding faster. Dark energy poured downward. Then, gigantic shadow creatures began emerging from inside the portal. The villagers screamed. Massive monsters with glowing red eyes landed across the village. Kakashi immediately shouted orders. Kakashi! All shinobi defend the civilians. The hidden leaf erupted into chaos. Explosions echoed everywhere. Fire spread through the streets. Naruto looked around in horror. His wedding day had become a battlefield. Hinata watched Naruto carefully, and she understood immediately. Naruto was trying to protect everyone at once. The village, his friends, her, and that burden was crushing him. Naruto prepared another attack. But suddenly, one of the shadow monsters broke through the defense line and charged directly toward a group of civilians. A small child froze in fear. Naruto's eyes widened. Naruto! Look out! Naruto moved instantly. But Raizen blocked his path. Raizen! You cannot save everyone. Naruto struggled against him. Naruto! Move! The monster raised its claws toward the civilians. The villagers screamed. But before the attack landed, a figure suddenly appeared in front of the child. Hinata Hyuga. Her Byakugan activated completely. Blue chakra erupted around her hands. Hinata. Gentle fist. Boom. The monster was blasted backward instantly. The crowd stared in shock. Hinata stood protectively before the civilians. Fear still existed in her eyes. But she did not step back. Naruto froze, watching her. And suddenly, he remembered something. Pain. The destroyed hidden leaf. Hinata standing before him alone. Ready to die protecting him. Naruto's expression changed completely. No fear, no doubt. Only determination. Naruto smiled softly. Naruto. She really is amazing. Raizen watched Hinata carefully. And for the first time, he looked interested. Raizen. So the Hyuga bloodline still possesses that power. Hinata narrowed her eyes. Hinata. I won't let you hurt anyone. Raizen slowly smiled. A cruel ancient smile. Raizen. Then perhaps you should witness despair first. Suddenly, his third eye glowed violently. A massive shockwave erupted across the village. Boom! Buildings collapsed. The ground cracked apart. Even Naruto struggled to remain standing. And then, high above the village, the moon itself began turning dark red. Every shinobi looked upward in horror. Kurama's voice became deadly serious. Kurama. Naruto. Naruto stared at the blood-red moon. Kurama. This is only the beginning. Narrator. The happiest day of Naruto's life had transformed into the beginning of a nightmare. An enemy from the ancient era had arrived, and for the first time since the Fourth Great Ninja War, even Naruto Uzumaki felt uncertainty. But standing beside him was Hinata Hyuga, and together, they were about to face a battle that would change the ninja world forever. To be continued,